My name is Madhav Joshi. I'm an architect and urban planner. I practice out of Pune. I did my architecture from Pune's BKPS College of Architecture, passed out in '84. After that, I did Masters in Urban Planning from IIT Kharagpur. When we talk about NASA, my memories go back to my times in IIT Kharagpur. 84 and 86, that was the batch I was part of. And in 1985, there was supposed to be a annual NASA at Chandigarh College of Architecture. And due to certain social issues there and security concerns, that NASA was cancelled at a very last moment. So being part of a Students Association and a Vice President of Students Association of the Department of Architecture and Urban Planning, our association decided to conduct the NASA at IIT Kharagpur at a very short notice. So that was a very interesting time because the General Secretary of NASA was that time from IIT Kharagpur, and so we had taken this initiative, and the Dean of the Institute and head of the department of our department, everybody and the faculty, everybody supported this, and we decided to get going and for the preparation of conducting NASA for 1985. There were about only 25 of us who were available to put in some work for the preparation because there was a vacation time ahead of NASA. So only 25 people as a team. We had to look out for sponsors, we had to print out souvenir, we had to design trophies, we had to do environmental graphics all over the campus, and there are so many preparatory things were lined up. So among 25 of us, we had decided to distribute the work, and we were doing multitasking on various fronts to get this event happen. Just to cut the story short, we had a wonderful NASA, and many of those students who had participated, they have very fond memories of 1985 NASA. And during that time, there are a lot of environmental graphics and installations that we had designed and erected. So one of the object which I had designed, which is like a cube on its toe, and which was on the main sort of arrival of the department, the newly opened department. So coincidentally, that was decided to be as a permanent feature of that department, and it's still there. So it's always connects me back to 1985 and that NASA event. So whenever you get to visit our Department of Architecture and Planning at IIT Kharagpur, the cube which I am talking about will welcome you at the doorstep of the department. So having come from that and having been part of the organizational committee and experiencing the excitement and and all the anxieties about that, one thing I must mention that the times then were different in terms of the magnitude of the NASA because there were not so many colleges as you have now. But nonetheless, it was a challenge. What was important to organize it in a timely manner within the time that we had available. Have best of the rock band come and perform for us. Have best of the designers, artists for vocal or classical music or dance performers. Requested them from Calcutta, and they came all the way from Calcutta and performed for those events. So all that happened and just fell in place. So as by now you know, in NASA, it's not a very easy activity to organize. So all the organizers will sort of relate to this, and I'm sure with almost more than 260 colleges participating and thousands of students participating, the sheer magnitude of this task must have been multifold. But very important thing about this NASA as an activity is that it's immensely beneficial for all those who make it a point to attend and also be part of the preparation at their respective colleges, whether it is a zonal NASA or the annual NASA. The entire energy level is completely different compared to what happens on a routine basis in the colleges. What is important is that when you go and participate in a NASA activity, there's a opportunity to sort of compare your own work with your other friends from other colleges of a same level, and then there is a sort of a peer competition. Then there is a lot of exchange of thought. There are many opportunities to exchange your thoughts and ideas. Then there are a lot of events which are conducted on spot. There are like debate events, there are sculpture making events, cartoon making events. There are so many other art and literature related activities which everybody enthusiastically take part in, and the kind of debates that happen, the kind of thoughts are exchanged. You come back with loads of different ideas. You come back as a completely changed person. For those who are attending it for the first time, they will agree with me. They happen to have a completely different perspective about the way ahead, and for remaining years of architecture as they're going to go through in their respective colleges. So it's very important that as many of you as possible, they should go and attend the NASA and take part very actively. You have to be proactive to be part of this. My simple message to all the students would be to try and make yourself be part of NASA, and with a definite objective to step up your act of excellence. As simple as that. Because all that we discussed about, exchange of thought, exchange of ideas, competition, ultimately it should lead to stepping up your act of excellence. I mean, you are good anyways, but you need to see how others are better than you and try to be better than them. So it's a very good opportunity, very good platform, very healthy platform, and a very creative and enjoyable platform to be part of. So with that, I would like you to take part of it as much as possible, and also guide your juniors. That's another very important aspect of fraternity of students of architecture. I mean, I recall most of my architecture, apart from very good faculty, I learned from my seniors. So that is another important aspect of being part of any student activity. So you should not sort of ignore your juniors. In fact, you can mentor as many students as possible and guide them so that they don't repeat the same mistakes probably you have done. And that's a very good bonding which helps. I mean, I have most of my friends who are either my seniors or juniors, and because that legacy goes, and they know, how much benefits each other can have from that association, and that continues. So with that, I would like to give a thumbs up to all the organizations for conducting NASA annual and various other activities. Thanks.